what is a numbers A team, or what is, what would you have if you had like a financial department in your business? Who would you hire and what to expect out of those people? I'll start off very broadly on this board here. This is your A team. There's 3 key people that should be, in your A team, which is A, a bookkeeper, B, an accountant, and last but not least, a CFO.
Is that a girl?
Yes, the CFO is a lady because,
that's good.
Just want to make sure there's a bit of diversity in here as well. She's the boss. Anyways, so I'm just going to dive into what's the story behind here. So we're going to start with the bookkeeper. It's really, everyone's usually really familiar with what a bookkeeper does. They process the day-to-day transactions of your business, and they reconcile your bank statements, and sometimes they have accounts payable and accounts receivable functions. Sometimes they also process your payroll and all those kind of stuff. But what's important about them is what's the relationship between a business owner and bookkeeper is relaying information between each other so that the bookkeeper knows exactly where to allocate those numbers and to show you what's important in the day-to-day numbers. So in the day-to-day running of your business, your bookkeeper will be the best person to ask because they would know exactly how much money is coming in, where is it going, and where is it being allocated to. But their function does not limit to yourself as a business owner. What they do is they work as a team with the accountants.
And Riz, can you just run me through why it's better to get a bookkeeper instead of doing your numbers yourself?
Reason why is a lot of business owners do take care of their own books. They spend a lot of time doing it. Reason why we recommend having a bookkeeper is A, bookkeepers are trained to do so there's not a lot of mistakes. I'm not saying business owners are, but just saying that they are trained and they know exactly what to do. So you don't spend time figuring out what to do. B, if your time is worth more than a bookkeeper's time, so if you're, let's say, charging out for an hour, you can make at least $120 to $150. You should outsource your bookkeeping process, because as a bookkeeper, you can find a cheap bookkeeper at around $50 to $60 per hour, and they could do your books for the week or even the month, depending on your business. So it's that cost benefit, which I've talked about in the previous video. Go check that out. Anyways, back to this. Good question, Jess. Back to this. The bookkeeper will work as a team with the accountant. So now what does the accountant do? As an accountant, myself, and working with Ben, what we do is we take your books at the end of the year. This is the typical accountant. At the end of the year, we take your books and do your tax returns and financials. This is historical work most of the time. We're chopping the year at 30th of June and making sure everything closes there. We do our final year adjustments to prepare your tax returns at the end of the year. So your tax returns, that's something that everyone goes, oh yeah, that's something I have to do. But there's a lot of places where we can advise as an accountant to save money, such as tax savings, and that's going through the advisory services we do provide, like tax planning, which will achieve tax savings. And yeah, so if you look at this wall here, that's
run me through, Riz, what this wall represents.
So this is what happened at around April between April and June, this recent April and June. Ben went out on a mission, Ben and Harvey went out on a mission to save $500,000 in tax.
That's a lot of tax.
A lot of moolah. So they aimed for 500,000. Hey, surprise, surprise. They end up saving over $1,261,715.
That's crazy.
So going back to this, what happened there was that's through tax planning. So and as an accountant, that's what we can do as well. We advise you on the correct structures to implement so that you can achieve such tax savings. So the services we see, the bookkeepers work with the accountant. What they do is they pass over, just like in rugby, they pass over the ball over to the accountants. And what they do, and what we do with the books is we work our magic, save you some tax, and produce your financials and tax returns. Above and beyond that, as an accountant, we have a bunch of advisory services, even cash flow management. As you can see, Jake sitting right here. He's one of the masters of cash-rich business. I'm sure some of you have heard of that. If not, go check it out. We do give some, we do provide advisory services in cash flow management as well. So there's a lot of functions an accountant can do. But like I said, it's a teamwork. So if the bookkeepers are readily available and they've already done your books for the year, it doesn't take long for the accountants to provide the important information that you need for the year end and to assess your tax position and to make any recommendations for the future. Now we move forward to the boss lady.
Yeah, the boss lady.
The boss lady, the CFO. The CFO, it's a person here, but it can be either one of these people. It can even be the business owner as well. But the idea of a CFO is having someone or having a team of people dedicated to giving you the right numbers at the right time. In other words, you're having someone who's in your internal business understanding all your day-to-day numbers. What the CFO generally does is they make decisions based on information provided by the bookkeeper and the accountants. What they do is they look at key performance indicators, KPIs, and they make any recommendations to improve that through cost management strategies or revenue growth strategies. So that's one of the things that they do as well. But they highly rely on the numbers that are being produced by the other two people. So let's say if you wanted to buy a new building in your business, who makes that decision? As a business owner, you might know one or two things, but if you had all the information from the bookkeepers and accountant, and if you're a CFO and you're experienced enough, what you know is you can make a decision based on the financial statements that are provided. Not only that, the CFO also judges the performance of the business, either through comparing with industry benchmarks or comparing with their budgets and their targets for the month, the week, the year. So what you can see is there's a bookkeeper, an accountant, and a CFO, and all three of them are important. And this is how you build an A team. With these three key people in your business, you will always know where you're heading, where you're at, and how to achieve your goals in the future.